guys, thanks for checking out A.N.I.M.E. I'm Richie Roberts.
I'm Bethany Aldridge.
And we're going to talk about something that's been a little controversial, at least a lot of my friends on Facebook, like, King of the Nerds, the reality television show for nerds. Now, lately on my Facebook, I've been seeing, especially a lot of my cosplay friends since episode 2, bashing the crap out of this. Yeah. And I wanted to know why, so I checked out the first 2 episodes. So, I have some mixed feelings on both of it. Now, what did you think initially, as a cosplayer, how did you feel?
Well, about this episode, like, one of their challenges was to create a costume, come up with a story, and then convince the judges that they should win. Now, there are 2 teams. There's the blue team and the orange team, right?
Yeah, blue team and orange team.
Like Portal, blue and orange.
Yeah.
So, okay.
I see what you did there.
See what I did there?
Yes.
Okay, so there are 2 teams. Each team has to work as a cohesive unit. Now, there's always drama in these reality shows, but I think the problem I have with King of the Nerds is that they chose probably the most socially awkward people that they could in order to make some drama happen. And
I think the problem is that they're going with the idea of the quote-unquote 80s nerds as opposed to like today's contemporary nerds.
Well,
because nerd is a whole different thing now than it was then. And alright, look, I'm an 80s child. I'm a product of the 80s. I'm in my 30s. I happily admit it. It's liberating. But, yes. But as somebody from the generation in which Revenge of the Nerds came out in, I'm like, really? Those are the 2 guys that are hosting? Like, alright, I'm not going to say that I know them personally or whatever, but as far as I know, they're actors that were playing nerds. I don't know if they're actually real nerds in real life. But it just, to me, it felt like some studio executive saw, like, video or something from YouTube and were like, hey, we can market that!
Yeah.
That's how this really felt to me. And, like, the only person that I've really, truly considered to be, like, someone that I would consider a today kind of nerd would be, like, the pro gamer kind of chick.
Yeah.
Like, her, I can see as being kind of a contemporary nerd. But there, like, if you're going to pull out cosplay, it didn't seem like there were a lot of people that were really into cosplay.
No.
Now, I do think that the dude from the Orange Team, the leader from the Orange Team that does, like, the tabletop gaming, like, he seemed to get into that.
He did really well in this challenge. I think he came up with a pretty good background story as far as the challenge goes, since he does a lot of tabletop gaming. The issue I have with the cosplaying, I get that not everybody's a cosplayer. That's fine, but they had all these materials, and there's no words.
That was another thing that I definitely got from this. Like, so many of my friends that are cosplayers sat there and told me that when they went into the rooms, they were like, if I had all of those materials, I could make something amazing. Yeah. But, I mean, running into the Radio Shack room to get more stuff, I thought was going to be, kind of an interesting idea. Like, I've seen massive, amazing cosplay that definitely had tech aspects at Dragon Con. Like, people walking around in Iron Man suits that actually glow. Yeah. There's just so much good stuff. And I was like, okay, they're going to do something kind of like that. No, it didn't work out. Like, I was like, you're going to do sci-fi, but it looks cardboard and tinfoil.
Well, the problem I have is some of the sci-fi outfits that they went to for nerds, they should know what a sci-fi outfit looks like. They went with generic, stereotypical sci-fi, and that's what made me mad. If you're a nerd, you should know in your nerddom what a sci-fi outfit looks like. You need to take it from a series or come up with it on your own, but what they did was not that.
Hashtag Malcolm Reynolds, just saying.
Yes.
So, all in all, there were some aspects that I thought were actually cool. Mm-hmm. Rolling a giant D20 die, that was not nearly as cool. I'm like, wow, I play D20 games. Way to, like, stab me in the heart. But I did like the idea of doing trivia. Now, there were some things I didn't know, and I thought some of the trivia questions were actually informative.
They were. I learned a lot from the trivia questions, believe it or not. And I thought I had it in the bag. I was like, oh yeah, I'm totally going to guess the right answer. No, didn't.
It was funny when I was watching it, because I was watching with Alan from A.N.I.M.E, and he was like, oh, it's this answer for, like, the Wookiee language. And I'm like, no, it's Shriwook. And then Shriwook comes up and he's like, how do you... I was like, dude. All right, but I mean, what's your overall opinion? I mean, there are some good things. There are some. All right, my favorite thing about the show so far was when they had to pick teams, and then the one girl that was left out was the super nerd, and she got all the power. I was like, okay, now that is truly nerdy. I like that idea. So I think there are some good ideas in this, but there's some pretty bad ones too. Now, I loved having George Takei as a guest judge, and you have your. And you have your two quote unquote celebrity actor guests, but you actually had somebody who really does know about the cosplay world and bringing Yaya Han on. So I thought that was a really, really good thing, because if it was just going to be 3 actors and they were like, oh, your costumes are pretty. No, somebody who actually does know cosplay. I agree.
I think that if King of the Nerds goes on for a second season, that they need to really take time and look into who they're picking. I get that reality TV needs to create drama and issues, but I feel like if they go through and pick people who are actually likable, then I think that the nerd culture will actually start to accept this show a little more. Honestly, I'm not going to watch it anymore. I wasted an hour of my life on it. So, that's my opinion.
I wasted about 30 minutes of my life. I actually liked the first episode, second episode, not so much. You're going to have to redeem yourself with episode 3 if I choose to watch it. So... right now, I do find some things interesting and actually relatable to geek stuff. I actually like kind of how the house is built. Actually, a little bit. Yeah, Nerdvana. It's actually kind of cool.
I like the house.
The game, the throne chair that they had, it's a little ostentatious, and the way that they present it is ridiculous. And how they send off every person each time, I'm just like, really? Like, they have to do the walk of shame, and then we destroy them! It's not funny, man. That's overkill on such a horrible level. And yeah, I'm sure the normies find that hilarious, but then again, you're a normie, so no one cares. So,
they did pick nerds that aren't like, it's not just about sci-fi. They are actually like, they're math nerds.
Yeah, they've got
science nerds.
Yeah, they've got a neuroscientist from Tennessee. Yeah. So I was like, wait, what?
That stuff I don't know anything about. I hate math.
Go, guys.
So you go. And you do your stuff.
I understand math, I just don't like it because I don't have an attention span.
Yes.
Yeah.
So.
Alright, so, yeah, this has been our opinion now that may not necessarily be yours, but we want to hear what yours is. You can argue with us. It's a free country! And if you don't live in the United States, you can still argue with us anyway. We don't care. It's a free show. So, remember to post in the comments below, like, favorite, share. You can also go to our page on YouTube and check out all the other stuff that we've done. Once again, please share this with all your friends. That's how word gets around, and we really appreciate it. Thank you so much for checking out this video. I'm Richie Roberts.
I'm Bethany Aldridge.
And this has been A.N.I.M.E.